Hello, welcome to Ripke Studios guest musician feature. This is episode 7, I believe.
Ooh,
And I'm finally getting around to my good friend, Mr. Daryl Bean. How you doing, Daryl?
pretty good, Dan. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing excellent. There we go. That's a better view. Okay, cool.
Is there a meaning behind number 7? Is that like I got lucky number 7 or something? Is that,
No,
or,
no, not really. No. Sorry.
eh, it'll live that way in my brain. Okay,
Yeah.
so well, I was number 7. That's kind of so
It's a good number for sure.
It is. It's a very good number.
Yeah, sorry if I'm squirming a little bit. I just changed my setup, so I'm just getting used to this new angle. But I have my drink
Nice.
holder.
Cheers.
All right, we'll get into it. So, have you seen any of the other episodes before?
No, I've watched like little bits of them, but I kind of wanted to walk into it sort of
Cool.
cold.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'll just ask questions. A lot will have to do with music. With you, I'd like to talk about performance and education too.
Cool.
And you got like the background you have there is awesome. You got the stereo going.
My place here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
You
pretty
got the
okay.
vinyl. You got
Got a lot of vinyl.
Yep. Looks like you got the couch right there in the sweet spot for listening.
It's pretty. Yeah, I do have kind of like the golden triangle happening. It's pretty good.
Yep. Nice. All right. So I'll start off with this question because this goes back to the beginning. I was wondering when you were a young lad, when did you start getting interested about learning and playing music, any instrument or singing?
That's a great question. I think it started for me with recorder, believe it or not, because I figured out like that I could figure out like pop songs on the recorder. Because when we started playing recorder, it was I think fourth grade, so like 1984, 1983-ish or something like that. So Thriller was huge, and I learned how to play Thriller on the recorder.
Awesome.
That's kind of a big deal, right? So,
Yeah.
and then we went to band, and I've never been particularly athletic, really, and I had a bunch of friends that were doing band, so I decided I'm going to join band. I had no idea what I was going to play. I think like everybody that's 12, I thought I was going to play drums.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to play drums, and not everybody can play drums. And my parents, I think, made it pretty abundantly clear that I was not going to play drums. I went to the first band meeting, and they didn't test or anything for different instruments to see what was a good fit or anything like that. It literally was just like, what do you want to play? And I had a couple of friends that were playing saxophone. Okay, I guess I'll do that too. That was it. That was the sum total of my decision making was that I had a couple friends doing it, so why don't I do it too?
Yep.
So that was it. And I started playing saxophone, and it was fun. It was I just had a lot of fun, and it was something I took to pretty easily. Oddly enough, because of the recorder, because fingerings are similar. I think that I realized I had something when my band director at the time was this like retired band director from the public schools, and I went to a parochial school, and he was just kind of doing this as like extra money, and he was teaching band there, and I remember one time he had these like steely blue eyes that like if he was angry at you they would just be like like ice picks, and I remember he looked at me and he goes, you're gonna make money with that thing one day. And I was like, I'm sorry, is that bad? I'm not sure. What does that mean? And he was just a really great mentor. My second year in band with him, he lent me his tenor saxophone to play because he wanted me to change the tenor saxophone in band. And what I didn't know at the time is he had lent me his Selmer Mark VI tenor saxophone, which are like, for those of you that aren't sax player people or anything like that, it's like a $10,000 horn now. That's very, people love them and they're great and all that sort of stuff. So he lent this like 11-year-old or 12-year-old or whatever, I don't remember how old I was, but he lent me his tenor saxophone to play. And, like at the time I was like, oh, cool. And now looking back, I'm like, there's no way I would have ever lent anybody I taught one of my instruments. There's no way.
Yeah.
That's kind of what got me going, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I remember one of my guitar teachers he just got this class. He went from metal, his big metal
Hmm.
player. Then he totally switched, sold all his gear, and went to classical, and
Yeah.
eventually got his doctorate in classical guitar. But he bought one that was 50,000, and
Yeah.
we were just in. He wasn't lending it to me. We are in the lesson room. He said, "Here, you want to try it?" And I said, "I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it." Yeah, yeah. I love
We-
the way. Can you say that again? What he told you? You're gonna make money with that someday.
yeah, he's like, you're gonna make money with that thing one day, kid. Like with the finger point and the whole
Yeah,
thing. And I didn't know if I was in trouble or not exactly, but
yeah. That's a cool way to say it because it has much more intensity that way. It registers. Think about it
oh,
more.
totally. I mean, yeah, obviously I remember it today, like it happened yesterday.
Yeah, cool. So you got into sax, and I know you.
Mhm.
Like I can imagine. I have instruments all over this room around me that you could probably sit on any instrument and play it. So I was wondering what other instruments you play.
Well, I play guitar, I play piano and keyboards. And for a good chunk of my life, not so much now, but for a good chunk of my life, I was a tuba player
Huh.
as well. And I think that's kind of, I mean, I sing too, and I play bass, like any of the guitar adjacent
Yeah.
instruments. I can play
Right.
that sort of stuff too. But yeah. Yeah, he's like, you're gonna make money with that thing one day, kid.
We're alone now, it's you and it's me. Can't remember the last time that we were alone. We draw a crowd, but tonight we're lost on our cloud. When you touch me, the sense of you lingers. Liquid like lava comes out of your fingers. It feels so right on my skin as our delicate dancing begins. Take off your worry with your dress, I confess. I've been thinking of this all day long, singing you inside my head like a song. Then you hold me close to you, like a harmony in right on cue. Candy coated and melting together, rolling like breeze through the thick summer heather. Your rose unfolds on the vine, petals decorate our entwine. And anyone who thought we'd stay falls away. Niagara Falls, soaring and tumbling to clarion calls. One with you in the mist, luminescent and warmed by a kiss. Through the waves now the sea settles down. We close the shutters, escaping the frown. Beyond, beyond.